Hey, what's up? It's Patrick. It's Rose via Fire, and I pray this message reaches who it needs to reach. So let's talk about people who are too bougie for God. You know, um, you got people out there to whereas they are too bougie for God. You know, let me start off with the women as an example. You got some women out there, they think they are too cute to follow God, bruh. It's real. Like people be too bougie for God, bruh. Or they think they too cute. They think they I'm glitching my words, but look, they think they are too good to follow God. They think they are too cute to follow God. They think their makeup is too good to follow God. Man, they too cute to bow down to God. These people is caught up in their own ways, bro. They too bougie for God. Man, there's so many people who too bougie for God. Some people think like, oh, I got too much money to be following God. Because God comes with too many rules. So I'm rich now. So why really follow God? Like, I really don't need God. I'm rich. Like, why I need God for? I'm rich. These people too bougie for God, bro. You know, they got too much money to bow down to God. They got too much pride to bow down to God. Some of them live in LA or New York or like somewhere, and they got a pretty expensive lifestyle, so they think they too bougie for God. Man, these people are too bougie, bruh. Even if they was to try following God, man, they wouldn't even last a couple months. They go right back to the world. Because first thing they come into the kingdom, God is going to tell them, okay, cool. The first step to coming into my kingdom is to give up everything to follow me. They cannot give up everything to follow God. And I'm going to use my life as an example. When I first came into the kingdom, I had to give up everything to follow God. Everything, bro. And I did it. I passed the test. These people is too bougie for God. They cannot give up everything, bro. Man, do you really think these people is capable of giving up everything? These people who are too bougie for God, 9 times out of 10, they is not gonna give up everything to follow God. They is not gonna give up nothing to follow God. I'm trying to tell you the truth. They too bougie for God. You got men out there who think they are too hard and they are too gangster to bow down to God. Man, people too bougie for God, bro. That's just what it is. People is too bougie for God, and following God requires a lot of humility because you are not following your own path anymore. You are following God's path. And God is going to humble you. You know what I'm saying? God is going to shake up your world. God is going to put you through painful things, painful situations. You're going to go through a lot of suffering in the kingdom. They don't want that. So they too bougie for God. So they will never follow God. You know what I'm saying? These people too bougie to whereas they never want to follow God. It's not really a part of their plans at all whatsoever. They too bougie for God. And um imagine a homeless Jesus walking up to some of these like Instagram models, be like, hey, can I stay over, you know what I'm saying? Until like few days or something, I'm homeless. Can I stay over till like few days or something? I'm just making up some type of scenario. Some of them may be like, oh, you putting dirt in my house, you doing this, you homeless, this and that. Like, man, these people too bougie for God, bro. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And then they're gonna be on their phone with their homegirls. Oh, a homeless man said, "Can I stay over for a couple nights?" And they gonna be gone on the third day. Like, man, these people are too bougie, bro. They gonna be in the group chat making fun of the Messiah, bro. Man, these people are too bougie for God. You can't take them serious, bro. You cannot take these people serious because these people don't even love God. These people do not care. They do not care, bro. Hey, do not let these people fool you, bro. These people do not love God. They do not care about Jesus. I'm trying to tell you. Man, these people will be making fun of God. Man, these people will be laughing, all types of stuff. A homeless man said they have a mission and this and that. Can they stay over, man? It's freezing outside. Man, these people gonna be laughing at Jesus, man. These Instagram models, majority of them, they too bougie for God. I'm not gonna say all of them. I'm gonna say majority of them is just too bougie for God. They have zero heart for God. They do not care. They actually do not care. So my question is, why should we, as a followers of God, why should we care about them? They don't care about us. I'm going to repeat that one more time. Why should we care about these bougie people, a majority of these Instagram models and all these people who are too bougie for God? They do not care about us. Why should we care about them? Why should we care about their problems? We should not. We should not be caring about them because they don't even care about the kingdom, bruh. Majority of these people is too bougie for God. I'm not going to say all of them, but majority of them, they just way too bougie for God, bro. They don't understand, bro. They don't understand the suffering that comes with following God. They don't understand the struggles that comes with following God. They do not care, bro. They don't care. I'm telling you what I know. They actually don't care at all, whatsoever, ever. So why should we care about them? We should not. We should absolutely not care. I'm just going to keep it real with you. Save your energy for the people that God puts in your life, the people who actually care about the kingdom, the people who actually care for you, the people who actually care for Jesus, the people who actually care for the kingdom of God. Save your energy for them, because once you give your energy to these people who don't care, by the time the people who do care arrive, you drained. That make no sense. You know what I'm saying? But let's move on to some more points here. These bougie people, they come into the kingdom. Let's say some of these bougie people come into the kingdom. Now they want to skip levels. Now they want to go in God's kingdom, start on level 1, and then now they want to skip to level 10. Please, these bougie people done lost their mind. You really think God is just going to sit back and watch you go from level 1 in his kingdom and skip to level 10? You have lost your mind, bro. I'm trying to tell you. You cannot cheat in God's kingdom. There is no cheating in God's kingdom. You might be able to cheat in the world, but in the kingdom of God, there is no cheating. You're going to go through all the suffering from level 1 to level 2 to level 3 to level 4 to level 5 to level 6 to level 7 to level 8 to level 9 till level 10. You're not going to skip the suffering of level 3. You're not going to skip the suffering of level 5. This is why these bougie people done lost their mind, because they think they could just come into the kingdom and skip levels. It is not going to happen. For as long as God is sitting on the throne, it will not happen. God is not going to let you skip levels. You have to suffer. Just like all the other real followers of God suffered. You got to suffer. And let's move on to the next point. These bougie people, when things get hard in God's kingdom, they run back to the world. They don't have the heart, man. Once things get hard in God's kingdom, they run back to the world. These people be coming into the kingdom thinking they the next worldly superstar in God's kingdom. How you gonna come into God's kingdom thinking you're the next worldly superstar in God's kingdom? When things get hard, these people run right back to the world. Stuff crazy. Man, these people run back to the world so fast. And also, let's see what else. So these bougie people, they definitely gonna be burning in hell, man. They not going to heaven, bro. These people who are too bougie for God and they don't want to change their ways, they not going to heaven. They not going to make it at all. They going to just be burning in hell, man. They not going to know heaven. They can't. I'm trying to tell you the truth. And um, another thing about these bougie people, they also don't know if they want to help other people or if they want to cry about their petty problems. I repeat that one more time. Some of these people who are too bougie for God, they don't know if they want to help other people, and they don't know if they want to preach the gospel and save other souls from hell, or if they want to cry about their petty problems. You know? And that's just basically all I wanted to talk about, man. Like, people are literally too bougie for God. Look at how these people move. People think they could afford, like, spending all this money on a chain. Man, these people be spending their money on chains. They don't even invest in God's kingdom. These people be buying all these chains and buying all these cars and designer clothes. Man, these people think they too bougie for God. If they was to come into God's kingdom and God would teach them humility, soon as God trying to teach them humility, they gone. They running right back to the world. They too bougie for God, bruh. These people is not even capable of investing in God's kingdom because they too busy investing in, like, going to the club. They too busy investing in chains and cars and investing in all these women who care nothing about them. That's what these people is too busy investing in. So they are way too bougie for God to even invest in his kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Whatever money that they get, they gonna spend it on cars, designer clothes that don't even look good. Half of these designer clothes, they don't even be tough. Like, I don't know who be telling these people, like, all these designer clothes is fire. And they gonna be spending, like, some of them be spending like 100K on chains, bruh. When you come into God's kingdom, God is going to teach you humility. They don't want to deal with all that. So they just going to run back to the world so they could just continue to live this bougie lifestyle and really lose touch with reality. Because bougie people lose touch with reality real fast. I'm going to repeat that one more time. Bougie people who are too bougie for God, they lose touch with reality very quickly. They don't even remember nothing about reality. So how can they even preach the gospel and reach others when they done lost touch with reality? How can a person who lost touch with reality preach the gospel? Come on, bro. Man, look. But that's just basically all I wanted to say, man. Peace.